Hello everyone, welcome to another smartphone design tutorial with FM Creative Visuals, a channel where designing is made easy, fun and awesome. We teach you how to design by yourself. Let's get started, but before we go, please ensure that you subscribe, like and comment to see more tutorials and videos like this. So today I'll be teaching you how to achieve this design on your smartphone using Pixellab. So I'll be teaching you how to design this flyer using Pixellab. So let's open our Pixellab and select our size. So the size we'll be using for this particular design is the square size, which is 1024 by 1024. So after picking your size, the first thing we'll be doing is to write out our text. Test is Friday. Write out the test Friday, change it to capital letter, increase the size of the test. You increase the size of the test, then you position your test very well. Position your test. Since we'll be having 5 of these, so you pick your font. The font you'll be using for this particular Friday is Montserrat black. So let's give it a size. Let's give it 105. Let's give it 105 and position it at the center. Let's position it at the center. So you'll be using your ruler tool to ensure that Friday test they are properly aligned. So let's pick a ruler tool and check for the alignment of the test. So here let's have this to be 15. Let this be 25 and let this be 75. Let's check what you have here. Okay, let's make it 2080. So 2080 and this be 80. Very good. It's perfect. So after doing this, you take away your ruler, then you copy the test again. You copy the test and you position the test. So we'll be having 5 of these. So let me quickly do that. So after using your ruler to check for the alignment of the test, the next you'll be doing is to merge the test. You merge the 5 tests, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You merge it. So after merging, you'll be able to move it anyhow you want at once. You'll be able to edit it at once without stressing yourself. So you merge and then you have what we have there. So after doing that, you can give it any color you desire. So but since we'll be using texture instead of color, so you don't need to give it any color. So the next thing we'll be doing after this is to import our images. You import your image. Position your image at the center here as well. So we increase the size of the image. So let's take the size to this. So after increasing the size, let's give it some brightness and saturation. So let's take this to 10 and this to 8. This to 10 and this to 8. So you position your image very well. Let me quickly do that. Image. So to make the test bold, we need to increase the size of the test. We need to increase the size of the test so that it will be bold and clear enough. So the next we'll be doing after this is to pick a texture for the test. So after selecting the test, let me take away the ruler. We pick a texture for the test. So I have a golden texture here that I'll be using for this. So pick a texture. Let's use this. So pick this texture and there you have what you have there. So after doing this, the next thing we'll be doing is to import our background. The background we'll be using for the design. You import your background. You increase the size of the background. You increase the size of the background so that it will be suitable for what you want to use it to do. Increase the size of the background, then you position it at the center. and you take it to the back of the whole design. Take it to the back of the whole design. As you can see, you have what we have there. So after doing this, so let's go back to the image again. We need to do something on the image because of the sharp edges. So you position the images, reduce the position, take it downward. So after doing that, we need to blend the image with the background. So to blend the image with the background, just go to your shapes, put your shapes, pick your shape, pick your rectangle, and adjust the size as you can see here. So after adjusting the size, then instead of color, you go to gradient. So instead of color, you go to gradient and select the gradient that you have here. So you want to blend the image with the background, as you can see here. So you adjust the position of that shape so that the image will blend with the background very well. So that the image will blend with the background very well. So after doing this, you save. You save as image. So save, and then you take it to Pixellab. That's where we'll be adding other effects. Take it to Pixellab. This is the app Pixellab. So once you take it to the Pixellab, since you have saved, it will be one of the images that will pop up on your Pixellab. So you pick the first image, which is the saved image. So wait for it to load the image. So after loading the image, I'll be adding some elements. So the first thing I want to do here is to add a test effect to the design. I want to add a test effect to the design, lens flare rather. I want to add lens flare to the design. So let me look for one lens flare that will be suitable for the design. So let's go with this. So once I add this, I can adjust the size. As you can see here. Then I can give it a different color. Different color. So after doing that, I want to add some images and blend it with the design. So I'll pick the images. I want to add some images and blend it with the design. So you go to add photo here. Once you click on add photo, it will take you to a gallery where you'll be able to pick the photos you want to add. So I want to add 2 images and blend it with the design. I want to blend with the design. So let's straight to the first image. You increase the size. You want to put it down here. I think somewhere around here will be okay. So after putting it like this, you go to blend. And you blend it with the design. So let's use overlay. Let's use overlay. So after doing that, you pick the second image and you go to blend as well. You blend it with the design. So we will be selecting screen for this one so that the light effect will come out. So you position it. I think here is perfect. Position it here. So position it here. For any place that I think is perfect for design. So after positioning it here like you have here, then you save the design on Pixellab. You save your design on Pixellab and you take it to Snapseed, where we'll be adding the final touch effect. So you take it to Snapseed app. You open your Snapseed. Opening your Snapseed, you tap anywhere to open your photo, then you pick the photo that you have just designed. So after picking, the only thing we'll be doing is to pop the image. We'll pop the entire design. So pop and see difference and see what you have there. Look at the former image, look at the new image we have here. So after doing this, you save your image, and with that you have been able to create a simple, thank God it's Friday, design using your phone, using Pixellab. Thank you.